sure you guys are hearing about all the controversy around Concord, Dustborn, Black Myth Wukong. What else was going on? Something else. Oh, the Star Wars game. And there's a lot of like politics and I guess you would say forced diversity like thrown into these games. And I think to give a quick recap, Concord is like legendary. 8 years, I've heard like $150 million. Totally DOA. It was so bad, like within a week they just shut the servers down and refunded the game to everyone who bought it. Like that's how bad it was. It's a hero shooter in a similar vein to Overwatch. By comparison, Valve's, what's the game called? Deadshot or Deadlock, I think it's called. It's a hero shooter kind of game, but like mixed with a MOBA, and it has like 100,000 players playing it. And the graphics on it look awful because it's like a total alpha state, right? It's totally understandable why the graphics are bad. It's just funny how bad they look. A lot of criticisms about kind of the forced diversity and the weird character designs. And Dustborn, it was like this game where you like fought with your words and you can get triggered and you were like resisting the system or whatever. And it was government funded too by Norway, I think. They gave them like $180,000 roughly, like in terms of euros. And then Black Myth Wukong, it's Journey to the West, Monkey King, kind of this very Asian style like action game. Sweet Baby Inc., one of the companies that like injects this stuff into games, like you have to have a certain quota of characters or whatever. They said, hey, you should come let us let us do this thing to your game, to Black Myth Wukong, and we'll give you like you'll get like $7 million. They just said no because they didn't want their vision being jeopardized. It made like tons of money. It's made like over 10 million sales. Now it is China, so I'm skeptical of the numbers, but just seeing the game, I can tell, having not played it, that it is a high quality game. It looks very slick. I might get it on a sale at some point. Anyways, there's all this stuff going on, and it's funny how just how clear cut this stuff is becoming, because money speaks. People speak with their dollar, and it's really that simple. And I wanted to throw my hat in this ring here real quick, because I was just thinking about it for a little while. Nobody cares if you have a black character in your game. Nobody actually cares about that. What people care about is when you take your politics and you just shove it down everyone's throat. When you have a diversity checklist, like, well, we have to have one black person and one Hispanic person, one person who's gay, one person who's like in a wheelchair. People can't maybe articulate it quite right, but you can detect that. And these games often end up being so bad. Why is that? Well, here's a little theory I'm working on. When you have this agenda in your head and you're going to say, like, we have to have this stuff in the game and we have to make certain specific political points in this game because politics, the art form suffers because you focus on the game or the art form. If you focus on something else, this has to come down. You can't do both at the same time. Most of the great stories in art, they're timeless. Another thing too is like any criticism that's levied at the game at all, regardless of what kind of criticism it is, it's conflated with bigotry and whatever-ophobia and racism or whatever. And I think people are just tired of it. Anyway, one, it's never gonna work. You can't force that kind of thing on consumers/gamers. And when you focus on your political message, the art form will invariably suffer. And lastly, again, just because someone criticizes your game or your art form does not mean they're a racist. That's it.